Hey everybody, welcome to uh, Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. Now, the first Elder Scroll game I ever played was Morrowind, so I never played Daggerfall when it was new. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And let's see, please select your home province. Let's see, Black Marsh, because Argonians are cool. Let's see. It's going to answer random questions. Your arm master is relating the story of the... Okay. Oh, there we go. Scroll with the arrows. This great story of the faraway lands whose inventors created a wondrous balloon of such size it could transport dozens of people through the air to any place they choose. If you were this king, he asked you, how would you use this remarkable balloon? Would you explore regions previously impossible or extremely dangerous to visit? Keep it a secret? Commission to make travel system across your realm with speed. Explore or mass transit? I'm gonna go with exploration. A good friend of yours is in love with a girl from the neighboring village, a girl who barely knows him. He is extremely shy and inexperienced, and he pleads for you to help. Would you suggest he go to her immediately and declare his love? If the relationship is to be, he needs to be honest from the start. You offer to accompany him to the village for support. You find out more about this girl using any contact he can from her village. If he will not be so shy, if he knows something about her and may even find out she is not the right girl for him. Let you help him write anonymous love letters and poems to see her reaction without needing to face her directly. Let's go with, just tell her how you feel. Say you are best friends. You and your best friend buy your first daggers together, a matched pair. You loan him the amount since he doesn't have enough gold, and he agrees to pay you back later after leaving the shop. You and he sit down and marvel at the new weapons. To your dismay, you notice that there is a small notch in the blade of the dagger you selected. Your friend asks you to please watch his weapon for him while he runs an errand. Do you wait for your friend to return to point out the flaw in your dagger and return to the weapon shop to demand a refund? Switch the daggers, rationalizing that the first, since you paid for, you should or keep his dagger safe until he returns, and switch the daggers with your best friend knowing just... Now let's just go get a refund. Apparently that's the warrior choice. While in town, a baker gives you a sweet roll. Sweet rolls! Yes. Delighted you take it and to an alley to enjoy, only to be intercepted by a gang of 3 other kids your age. The leader demands the sweet roll, or else he and his friends will beat you and take it. Do you drop the sweet roll, step on it, and then get ready to fight? Give him the sweet roll now without argument, knowing that later this afternoon you will have all your friends with you and you can come and take whatever you want from him. Act like you're going to give it, but then at the last minute throw it in the air, hoping that they will pay attention long enough for you to get a shot in. Either way, I lose the sweet roll, so you know what? I'm just gonna drop the sweet roll and get ready to fight. This is a particularly grueling class. Your arms master has been unreasonably demanding on everyone, including you. His criticism border on abuse, and it seems he has no positive comments to make. He turns to berate you at the end of the class, and over his shoulder you see some classmates put on an aggressive, non-poisonous snake in his hand sack. You would do nothing. The great arsenic needs a dose of humility that might be good in a way of paying him back for all the misery he has put you through. Tell him you saw the snake creep into his hand sack, but do not tell him what your classmates did. Immediately tell him what the classmates did. Well, you know what? The guy sounds like a jackass. So, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not. Apparently that's the thief choice. You're hunting in the king's hunt, a contest in which the best hunter will win riches enough to live comfortably for the rest of his or her life. You track a white stag many of you had shot at earlier. You are alone as you examine the stag and recognize the arrow is one fired from your friend's bow. As you retrieve the arrow for closer examination, you hear your friends arrive. Do you claim you have fired the arrow? Hit the stag, thus gaining the honor. Show the others the arrow and proclaim your friend as the archer of the day. Suggest dividing the prize, reasoning that although your friend's arrow brought down the people, well, you know what? I'm a nice guy, so I'm going to tell everyone that it was my friend that did it because, you know, that's a pretty awesome shot. Apparently that's another warrior choice. Okay. You have a great aunt and a great uncle living in two different nearby villages, both of whom have asked your father to allow you to live with them for a few weeks. Your father knows where he plans to send you, but he is curious about your opinion given the choice. Would you rather live with your great aunt, a wise old woman of considerable wealth, living in luxury for a few weeks? Could not only be enlightening, it could also be very interesting. Live with your great uncle, a sick old man who has always been something of a stranger to you. A few weeks with him may be arduous, but he is a more need of your help than your great aunt. Think of a way to divide your time between your great aunt and your great uncle. Perhaps you will not be able to spend as much time with either, but neither will be left out. Live in luxury, help out a sick relative, or spend a few days with both. I'm going to spend a few days with both. Wizard choice. Your mother sends you to the market with a list of goods to buy. After you finish, you find that by mistake, the shopkeeper has given you too much money back in exchange for one of his items. Do you return to the shopkeeper and give him his hard-earned money, explaining to him his mistake? Pocket the extra money, the shopkeeper in general to overcharge customers in a way to decide to put the extra money to good use and purchase items that would help your family. I'm gonna purchase items to help my family, because I've been a cashier, and if you come back, it actually makes me look bad to the boss. But coming up short also makes me look bad to the boss. But you know what? Still, buy stuff to help my family. No, wizard choice. Your father and you are returning from the town market when you see a small boy running from a store. In his hand, he clutches a loaf of bread. Behind him runs a baker with a cleaver in his hand. You know that the boy must be hungry, but the town is suffering from a drought, which has made food valuable. Do you side with justice and urge your father to stop the boy? Help the poor? Help the poor wife? W-A-I. I have no idea what that word is. Running into the baker's way. Stand out of the way and wait and see what your father decides, trusting his experience. Help the baker, help the boy. or do nothing. You know what? I'm a do nothing kind of guy. Apparently that's a wizard choice. While in a marketplace, you witness a thief cut a purse from a noble. Even as he does so, the noble notices and calls for the city guards. In his haste to get away, the thief drops the purse near you. Surprisingly, no one seems to notice the bag of coins at your feet. Oh, goodness, I'm tired. Pick up the bag and pocket it, knowing that the extra windfall will help your family in times of trouble. Pick up the bag and signal the guard, knowing that the only honorable thing to return the money to the rightful owner. Leave the bag near there, knowing it is better not to get involved. Well, you see, if I return the money, I might get a reward. If I keep the money, I might get blamed for it. If I do nothing, I don't get any money. I'm gonna... I'm gonna return the money. Archers are warriors specially trained in the use of the bow. The most important skill of an archer are archery, hand-to-hand, dodging, axe, blunt, and critical strike. Do you wish your character to be an archer? Well, that's interesting. I'll be an archer. Would you like to choose your character's career path by answering 12 important career decisions? Well, we've already done that so far, so let's keep doing that. Besides the bow and arrow, I am best at, let's see. Ooh, short blades. What are my life and adventures? Knowledge, riches, helping others, fame, fun. What motivates me to adventure? Knowledge. Which of the following skills have you been studying the longest? Dodging, stealth, backstabbing, lockpicking, pickpocketing, climbing, critical strike, running, and jumping. Well, I know that in Morrowind, you really wanted things for speed because the world was huge and you were slow. And everything I've heard about Daggerfall is that it is even bigger. So I'm going to go with running. As a child, your nickname was Monkey, Quicksilver, Guppy, Scrapper, or Rabbit. None of these really sound all that great. I'm guessing, let's see. I'm an Argonian. So, I'm gonna go with Guppy. Why not? That's a fish. Argonians swim. Of all disagreeable types, you have the most personal hatred for sanctimonious priests, stupid peasants, power-mad robber barons, or diabolical wizards. Well, let's see. Power-mad robber barons, because you know what? Those guys are just jackasses to be jackasses. You have an unusually high affinity with the savage harpies, the glorious dragons, the infernal daedra, primitive centaurs, mischievous imps, bucolic spriggans, immodest nymphs. I like the sound of that. Immodest nymphs. That's okay. You have the most trouble resisting poisons, getting along with others, resisting spells, fighting and parrying, avoiding disease, or staying awake and alert. Let's see. Oh my god, staying awake and alert, apparently. Since childhood, you have saved 100 gold pieces, a book, a cuirass, a dozen arrows. Those will get shot up quickly. That'll get spent pretty... So a book or a armor? I'm gonna go with some armor. You feel most comfortable on stable ground, on a ledge or a tree, with other people in the water. Given 200 gold pieces as a reward, you decide to save it. Buy a rare book, buy a silver staff, buy a ruby, buy an ebony dagger. I'm going to, torn between book and save it. I'm going to save it. You spend a free time you have training with archery, because I'm an archer. I want my archery to be as high as possible. You intimidate friends with a monk, a rogue, an assassin, a mage, a warrior. How do I intimidate them with a rogue? I have no unchanged. My reputation does not change. Name thyself. Well, my Argonians in all of my Elder Scrolls have always been dances with rakes, because it's funny. Choose my face. Let's see. I kind of like that one. Oh, let's see. Strength, int, will, agility, endurance. Those aren't too bad. Let's save that roll one. Ooh, that's better, actually. Add bonus points. So speed, because I want to be able to move. Endurance, because I want more hit points. Okay. Speed and endurance. I want hit points and walking speed. Okay. Archery. And some dodge. And let's see. Critical strike. It's going to put it all into critical strike. Minor skills. Long blade, short blade. 3 in short blade and 3 in run. Player reflexes determine the overall speed of the game. If you pick very high reflexes, the monsters will move and attack quickly, forcing you to be quick with controls. Very low reflexes mean the monsters will move and attack slowly, allowing you to adapt a more cautious, thoughtful playstyle. Your character will advance a little slower with a lower reflex setting and will advance a little faster with a higher reflex saving. I'm just going to go with normal, as I don't know what the apparent difference is. Well, there he is, dances with rakes. Let's get started.
"400 years after Tiber Septim's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close at the Empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the Empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim the Seventh cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever."
Gotta love that sound quality. The Imperial Palace, seat of the Emperor Uriel Septim the something. Wow, live action video.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting.
Okay.
The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are.
I'm sure he was a very stand-up guy.
I did grieve for him. But his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer. and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request.
Okay.
Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful.
I thought he would have wanted me to deliver it.
Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
Oh, okay. You wake and look around you and around the room. Some hours ago you were in a boat en route to Daggerfall when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning waters to a promontory rock, where there you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You had only just lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you in. Oh, goodness. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there is a way out of this cave after all. Once free of the cave, you began the Emperor's quest. Elder Scrolls has a tutorial that can be active during the game. It runs throughout this first dungeon and for a short time afterward. Do I want the tutorial yet? Because I don't know how this game works. I mean, I know how Bethesda games work, but this is a very early Bethesda game. So for the very first thing you want to do is experiment with moving your character around. Don't worry about monsters. There are none in the first room. When this text clears, move your cursor around on the screen and you will see it change shape, holding down the left mouse button, and watch what happens. If you are using the view-based interface, it will change where you are looking. And the closer the arrow is to the edge of the screen, oh goodness, it's mouse acceleration. I'll be back in about 1 minute to tell you about arming yourself and fighting monsters. Oh, well, here we are. Yeah. Well, it doesn't appear to... Well, actually, no, this isn't actually too bad. He's kind of moving around. Okay. Before you brave the depths of Privateer's Hold, you will want to arm yourself with either click on the bag inventory or press F6. Clicking on the weapon puts it in your hand, and now you are able to draw your weapon. Click on the exit button to go back to the game, and you can have 2 weapons equipped. Press the H key to switch back and forth between them. Click yes to continue. Okay. Equipment. That rare book I bought. Equipment. Foreign weapons. Okay. Oh, there's mine. What? I can't equip... Wow, that's bullshit. Okay, so... apparently... wanting to use the keyboard. I hear something. How do I fight? Okay, I drew my weapon. Take a few pressure by holding down the right mouse button and moving the mouse. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's how it works. Oh, I got the rat. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's try it again. No, I didn't want to take my pants off. Why did I do that? This is okay. Oh, okay, that's down. Well, let's try it again. Let's see. Okay, I still can't pick up. Apparently there's nothing on. Let's just try this again. I have no idea how to actually pick things up. Oh. This is actually kind of... Come on. Mode. I'm trying to figure out how to pick things up. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Here we go, down the hall through. Giant red, let's go kill it. Get to the door. Cursor. There's no treasure on this body. Right at the end of this corridor. You know, this is... Once you get used to it, it's... Oh! Okay, come on. Come on. Get it. Oh, there we go. Steal mode, dialogue, grab mode, okay. Closer. Okay, so there's nothing in there. Oh, what's in here? A door. Oh! Ah! I think I done been killed. Yep, I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. Well, that's Elder Scrolls 2, Daggerfall. Didn't even get out of the tutorial dungeon. Alright. Yeah. Well,